Also in the book, you remind us, I guess, that every year we create kind of 50% of all of the information out there. So in 2 years, we can give it an equal amount of sample size to learn from. So say, and this is my words, not yours, Mo, we got our act together and started being more human. Within 2 years, perfect timing for the singularity, we could give it a, 50%, or 100% more data to say, hey, look, maybe this is the way to go. So, even though it's the second minute.
Not all of us though, Brian. So I'm not naive enough to expect that humanity would change.
Right.
Okay. But I'm saying that if enough of us disrupt the constant stream of negativity that AI is seeing, AI will doubt what it's seeing. Just like when I told you about Edith's story as compared to Hitler's story, and that instilled a bit of doubt in your mind, everyone viewing us, I hope, saying, yeah, actually, there are so many Ediths that I know. There are so many nice people, okay? If I could manage to instill that doubt in your mind as an intelligent being, if enough of us, 1% is my calculation, if 1% of us show up in the world and say, hey, by the way, I'm a very nice being. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm capable of love. I'm capable of kindness. I'm fair. I treat others as I want to be treated. When I disagree with someone, I basically politely disagree like I would like to be disagreed with.
All they have to do is watch my episodes. If you spend, it's true, because honestly, this show, it restored my faith in humanity, because this is the funny thing, it's a bit of an aside, Mo, but maybe it's not, is that, so I'm technically in the media business. I've been doing this for 12 years.
Yes, of course.
And so,
you're at the forefront of it.
Right, and so we all have a media bias. We see someone in the media, and typically people make a two-dimensional assumption about that person. Or they're privileged, Paris Hilton's privileged, or they're just a rock star. They don't know what it's like for me, or Donald Trump's just a jerk, whatever it is. But when I get them in my show and they sit in the leather chair for 2 hours or 3 hours.
And you see the human in them.
You see the human in them.
Unbelievable.
The old analogy is you walk a mile in a man's shoes. And so I used to notice about myself, Mo, that even though I knew this and spent 10 years getting people's stories, I would still have a media bias. And before the guests would come on, I'd be like, I don't know, they seem like this person. And then I would sit down with them and I'd be like, wow, you're a jerk, Brian. You should know better. And you still make these assumptions. But once you spend the time, you're like, wow, they're human. And now I might not agree with their choices or their views, but I understand why they make them, and and they're a fellow human. And one final thing, which is interesting, Mo, is that most of the greatest guests on London Real, and it's actually probably most of the guests, at the very end of the show would say something to the tune of, we are all one. And that would mean a bodybuilder or an author or a boxer, or they all came to the same conclusion that they were all somehow one. And I always found that fascinating. And from an engineering perspective, I thought, well, that's kind of odd that would keep coming up. And it really restored my faith in humanity. And maybe I'm bringing this up, Mo, because I'm thinking, if I could observe this, then the AI will observe this. And
they've just heard you.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. Because I guess they're listening now. Well, they have always been listening. They've been listening for a while. But if they can see that, then they'll be like, wow, maybe there is something to these carbon-based forms that we should keep them around a little bit. But you're right, if they just see maybe TikTok, maybe they won't.
They see it all. I think this is the part that we are now missing. There is a surveillance camera around every corner. There is a speaker in every telephone. Once again, these are some of the things that I struggled with when I was at the forefront of technology, and then I've come to accept it.
Right.
Okay, I've come to accept that there are a billion eyes that can see me in any train station, including a few hundred cameras, right? And that's how life is today. The trick is this. The trick is, what does that camera capture beyond my appearance and beyond my demeanor, and right? Can it capture a little more? Can it capture me helping an old lady? Can it capture me, approaching a homeless person and maybe sitting next to them or just giving them a sandwich or whatever? Can it capture you saying this, saying, I start with judgments, and then I realize there is such a connection between us. I promise you, AI will take that into consideration, saying, what is this Brian's theory around we're all one? What does that mean? Can we do a little bit more of research on that? And then they'll find someone else that spoke about the oneness of all of us. They'll hear the Jill Bolte Taylor's TED Talk, and they'll do this and that, right? So it will propagate. And actually, this is one of the things I do on my podcast is I basically, not as compared to yours at all. I mean, you're a mega success, but mine is also very, very, very large in the well-being space. And what I do is I honestly don't prepare. I just learn about my guest a little bit, and I listen with curiosity to try and discover the human within them. And oh my God, everyone has a story. Everyone, when they're vulnerable and they open up, you go like, wow, you're a beautiful human being. More frequently than not, I end the podcast by saying, you're such a wonderful being. You're such a wonderful human. Some of them are angry, evil in the eyes of people, but somewhere deep inside, that little child was pinched in a way that if I were pinched the same way, I would have behaved the same way. It's as simple as that, right? And I think that's what we need to develop within us, that compassion, that connection between us, so that we treat each other this way, so that the machines go like, yeah, that's how mommy and daddy want to be treated, but also how they treat others, right? And then they have our best interest in mind. The problem, Brian, is that we're not making our best interest clear, and we're not giving them a reason to care for us.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.